Hi students, today we will be discussing chapter 6, the triangle and its properties. Chapter 6, the triangle and its properties. So in this, the prefix tri means three. We know that a tricycle is three-wheeler vehicle. A triangle is a figure which has three vertices, three sides and three angles. A closed figure made by three line segments is called a triangle. Here the line segments are AB is a line segment, BC is a line segment, CA is a line segment. Three line segments. So triangle made up of three line segments, which is a closed figure. So let us mark non-three collinear points A, B, C in your notebook. Anywhere join A to B, B to C and C to A. The figure formed by three line segments AB, BC and CA called triangle with vertices AB and C. It is denoted by triangle ABC. So every triangle will have three sides, that is AB, BC and CA, three angles, angle BAC which is also called as angle A, angle ABC which is also called as angle B, angle BCA which is also called as angle C. So three angles will be there and three vertices. What are the three vertices? The 3 points which we located, the three corners which we located, those are the vertices. So A, B, C are the vertices. Yeah, here is one important point. Three or more than 3 points lying on the same line in a plane are called collinear points. If they are not forming a triangle, like this when we join, if they are not forming a triangle, then we call it as non-collinear. They might be lying on the same straight line. So the three sides and the three angles of a triangle are called six parts or elements of triangle. Now let us see triangular region. In the given figure is a point A, a part of a triangle PQR? No, A lies inside the triangle. Such points from the interior of triangle. So points PQR, BCD lie on the triangle. PQR, BCD lie on the triangle. So these are on the boundary. So points that lie on the triangle are formed the boundary of the triangle or the triangle itself. So you can see the point A is lying within the boundary. So the boundary and interior of the triangle form the triangular region. The boundary and the interior of the triangle form the triangular region. Now opposite sides and angles of a triangle. In the given figure, the side opposite to angle A is BC, the side opposite to angle B is AC, the side opposite to angle C is AB. Similarly, the angles opposite to sides, AB is C, angle C is opposite to AB side, and BC opposite angle A, side opposite to BC is angle A, side opposite to AC is angle B. So like this we can identify the sides and angles which are in opposite to what. So in this chapter mainly we will be learning, that is triangular region, types of triangles, properties of triangles, medians of a triangle, altitudes of triangle. Triangles are classified, types of triangles. We have already studied the types of triangles in our previous class. Let us go for a revision. Triangles, naming the triangles on the basis of lengths of their sides. So based on the sides, we can name the triangle equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle and scalene triangle. You see here, equilateral triangle, all the three sides are equal, and isosceles, only two sides are equal. Scalene triangle, all sides are different length, no side is equal. You can see clearly, you can observe it, what type of triangles are those given. Now triangles based on the angles. Naming the triangles on the basis of measures of their angles: acute angled triangle, right angle triangle, obtuse angle triangle, which is, so acute angle triangle, all the three angles are acute angles. A triangle in which all three angles are acute is called acute angle triangle. A triangle in which one angle is 90 degrees is called right angle triangle. A triangle in which one angle is obtuse angle is called obtuse angled triangle. So find out the different types of triangles among the objects you see around. That is the task for you. So till now we have seen what is a triangle and types of triangles, and based on the angles, based on the sides, how we classify the triangles in different categories we have studied. Now in the triangle, a line segment joint, that is median of a triangle, median of a triangle, which is nothing but, median of a triangle is nothing but a line segment which joins, a line segment which joins from vertex to its midpoint of vertex to the midpoint of its opposite side. Midpoint of its opposite side. So a line segment, look at this triangle. This is a triangle where P, Q, R is a triangle. From vertex, this is a vertex, and exactly the midpoint is somewhere here. This is the midpoint, M is the midpoint. So line segment which joins from vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. So PM is called median. PM is the median. PM is the median. What can you say about M? M is the midpoint of QR. M is the midpoint of QR. M is the midpoint of QR. That means QM line and RM line will be same. So like this, there is only one median for a triangle? No, median we have, a triangle can have 3 medians at most. You see here, 3 medians. Suppose if you take midpoint over here for this triangle, this side, then it will be N. So QN is median. QN is median, and N is the midpoint of PR. Similarly, here you take one more, O or T. Any alphabet you can take. So if you join T R, where T is the midpoint of PQ. So now RT is the median of RT is the median. RT is the median, and which is the point? T is the midpoint of PQ. So every triangle can have 3 medians. The point of concurrence, the point of intersection. Concurrence means intersection. The point of concurrence. The point of concurrence which is intersection of, we can say another word, the point of concurrence of medians is called centroid. And it is denoted by G. So centroid, where the 3 medians are meeting, that point is called centroid, and it is denoted by T. So centroid of a triangle divides the line segment, that is the median, in the ratio 2:1. Centroid divides the median in the ratio in the ratio 2:1. The 2:1, 2 is from vertex side and one part will be towards the side, opposite side. Two parts will be vertex side, two parts will be vertex side and one side will be the towards its midpoint side. So the median divides, medians where they are meeting, that point is called centroid and it is denoted by Z. So centroid of the median, centroid divides the median in the ratio 2:1. Now altitude. So we will be learning even altitude. What is altitude? A perpendicular line. A perpendicular. You can say in another word. Perpendicular meaning is what? Perpendicular line segment. Line segment from vertex to its opposite side. Perpendicular line segment from vertex to its opposite side is called altitude. Is called altitude. Where all the altitudes means like this, that is called orthocenter. Let us see here. This is a triangle where P, Q are perpendicular from P, which is PM is perpendicular to QR, and this point is N. QN is perpendicular to PR, and this point is perpendicular, that is you can write as T. P or T is perpendicular to PQ. So perpendicular lines from vertex to its opposite side is called altitude of triangle. So altitude, which is altitude? PM is perpendicular to QR. It need not to be dividing into two equal parts. Here is M is the midpoint, N is the midpoint, T is the midpoint, where these two are equal and these two are also equal. So that is in the median. Whereas here just make 90 degrees but not equal. So PM is perpendicular to QR. PM is altitude and QN is perpendicular to PR. So here which is the altitude? QN is altitude. Next, RT is perpendicular to PQ, which is RT is perpendicular to PQ. RT is perpendicular to PQ, where which is altitude now? RT is altitude. So where the point of concurrence of altitudes is called orthocenter. So where all the altitudes are meeting, that is called orthocenter, and it is denoted by O. These are altitudes and median. Medians are exactly within the boundaries only because the midpoints we will be locating. Whereas altitude sometimes it differs from triangle to triangle. If it is acute angle triangle, it lies inside acute angle triangle, right angle triangle, obtuse angle, right angle triangle, which are perpendiculars from vertex to its. So orthocenter lies within the boundaries. Within the boundaries. So O lies orthocenter lies inside. Whereas for the right triangle, you see, because all the perpendiculars where they are meeting, but right triangle means we have two sides which they will be meeting at 90 degrees. So this is also altitude. The side itself is called altitude. Two sides are altitudes. The third side from the vertex to this one, if you take this is a perpendicular. So it lies on the boundary. Orthocenter lies on boundary. Orthocenter lies on boundary for right angle triangle. Whereas obtuse angle triangle, if you take this is obtuse angle triangle. You see here, where do you take the perpendicular distance? So it lies outside. So orthocenter lies extended. It lies outside. It lies out of the boundary or outside. So orthocenter lies differently. If for acute angle triangle within the boundary, for right angles on the boundary, and for obtuse angle triangle outside of the boundary, that is beyond the boundary, out of the box. Is it clear? Altitudes and medians? Right. So till now we have seen the types of triangles. Here even triangles we get in our compass box, that is geometry box also, which will be in the shape of set squares. We call it as set squares. You can check out those triangles. What type of triangles are those? So two are there, two set squares. This we call it as set squares. See, set squares, these are the two triangles which you can. So you identify what type of triangles are these, whether it is acute angle triangle or right angle triangle or isosceles triangles, which are there in your geometry box. You can identify these shapes. And just now we have discussed the three line segment made up of. So three line segments which are made up of. This is one line segment, this is another line segment, this is another line segment. So three line segments we use the boundary within. So the point which is inside the boundary. So this is interior. 3C9 is written inside it. This is inside. Out of beyond that is exterior. On the boundary, on the line segments means it is boundary. So these are the points. And median, altitudes is all we have discussed. Let us go to the other topic. Exterior angle property. Which property? Exterior angle property. So here statement exterior angle property is exterior angle property of a triangle. An exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of its interior opposing angles. Sum of its interior opposite angles. Let us see, there is a triangle which is triangle ABC. Triangle ABC, where observe it, this is triangle ABC and BC is extended in this direction, made as up to D. So this portion which is outside, this is called exterior angle. Exterior angle of a triangle is equal to sum of two interior opposite angles. So angle A and angle B together, the measure is equals to the measure of angle ACD. That is exterior angle property. So I will locate as here 1 and 2. So what is given? Given that, so given, we have to prove this one. Given in triangle ABC, angle ACD, this part ACD is an exterior angle. This is given, and we have to prove that, required to prove exterior angle of a triangle is equals to, that is measure of angle ACD is equals to measure of angle A plus measure of angle B. That means angle 1 and angle 2. Measure of angle A plus angle B. Now to prove this one, to prove that we are going to prove measure of AC construction. Draw CQ parallel to BC. Draw CQ parallel to BA, not BC, parallel to BA. Sorry, CQ parallel to BA. If these lines are parallel, now here I am locating one as X and one as Y. Observe the figure. Z shape you see, B to A, and then this point, then this Z shape, angle 1 and angle X, what do you call? Yes, you are right. They are alternate interior angles. That is a construction. Now proof. So in the proof, so angle, we constructed CQ, draw parallel to BA. So it is divided into two parts. One is X and this is Y. ACQ and QCD, two parts it is divided. Now proof. Angle 1 is equals to angle X. Angle 1 is equals to angle X. What is the reason? Alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles. What are alternate interior angles? 1 and X. Which lines are parallel? BA parallel to CQ and AC is the transversal. So BA parallel to CQ and CQ is BA parallel to CQ and AC or CA is transversal. Now this is transversal. Similarly, now you see Z shape. Here we observed as Z shape. That also you can write Z shape. Okay. Next 2 and Y. What can you say? Yes, F shape. Correct. F shape. This and this. So this is F shape. 2 and Y. Corresponding angles. So angle 2 is equals to angle Y. Corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. Corresponding angles F shape. Okay. So F shape. Which lines are parallel? BA parallel to CQ and BD is the transversal. So BA parallel to CQ and BD transversal. Now, so we got 2 and Y. Adding these two, so this is 1 and this is 2. We are assuming, so let this as 1 and this as 2, which means 1 is equals to X, this is 1 and 2 is equals to Y is 2. Adding 1 and 2. Adding 1 and 2, we get, if we add 1 and 2, what do you get? Look at this. So 1 plus 2, angle 1 plus angle 2, LHS, LHS and RHS, RHS, angle X plus angle Y. You see angle 1 and angle 2, what can you say? That is angle A plus angle C. And what about X and Y together will give you ACD. So ACD. So therefore angle ACD, exterior angle is equals to sum of two interior opposite angles. So it's not C, it's B. It's B. Angle A plus angle B. This is exterior angle property. Means measure of this ACD will be equals to angle 1 and angle 2. I hope it is clear to you. Let us start exercise 6.2 from triangles chapter. 6.1 you have to complete as homework, which you can do it in the textbook itself. 6.2 based on the exterior angle property. Just now we have discussed exterior angle of a triangle is equals to sum of two interior opposite angles. Exterior angle of a triangle is equals to sum of two interior opposite angles. Two interior opposite angles. Here in the first question we have, that is exercise 6.2 first question, find the unknown angle where one is measures are given interior So find the value of the unknown exterior angle x in each of the following. So here is the x, this is the exterior angle. As exterior angle is equals to sum of two interior opposite angles. So exterior angle property by exterior angle property. So what is the property? Every time write the statement. Exterior angle of a triangle is equals to exterior angle of a triangle is equal to sum of its two interior opposite angles. Sum of its two interior opposite angles. So exterior angle is outside x. Sum of two interior opposite angles. So x is equals to 50 plus 70. If you add, then x is equals to 120 degrees. So this is the value of x for the question 1. Similarly, for question 2, you have to write the statement by exterior angle property. Exterior angle property. By exterior angle property, exterior angle is equals to sum of two interior opposite angles. So x is equals to 60 plus 60, 60 degrees plus 60 degrees, which is 120 degrees. So therefore x is equals to 120 degrees. So this is exterior angle property. When they give two interior opposite angles, we can find its exterior angle, because the exterior angle is equals to sum of two interior opposite angles. Similarly, question number 2, you see, find the value of unknown interior angle x in the following. So unknown interior angle x in the following. Here also we apply the same concept. Exterior angle is equals to sum of two interior opposite angles. So here by exterior angle property, so what is the exterior angle property? Sum of two interior angles, that is exterior angle is equals to exterior angle of a triangle is equal to sum of its two interior opposite angles. So sum of two interior opposite angles. 70 plus x together should be equals to 100. So here 70 plus x is equals to 100. Then transpose. We learned simple equations chapter, transposing. Then x is equals to 100 minus 70, where x is equals to 30 degrees. So we use exterior angle property to find out unknown interior angle. Here also same way we write by exterior angle property. By exterior angle property, you see here one angle here is mentioned as x, and there is no measure. What it represents? Yes, you are right. It is 90 degrees. So by exterior angle property, exterior angle is equals to sum of two interior opposite angles. Sum of two interior opposite angles. What would be this one? Then how do you calculate here? By exterior angle property, the question is one angle is given as 90 degrees. So another angle is given here. The x is given here. Now in this place in the question we mentioned here x. So x is here. By exterior angle property, 125 degrees is equals to x plus 90. X plus 90 is equals to 125. Now transpose 90 that side. X is equals to 125 minus 90 degrees, which is equals to 35 degrees. So therefore the x is, which is unknown angle, 35 degrees. Like this we find unknown interior angles as well as exterior angles by using exterior angle property. What is exterior angle property? Exterior In question number 1, we have the other bits. Here 1 and 4 have completed. So you can do that. The rest all 2, 3, 5, 6. So 2, 3, 5 and 6. In from question number 2 also we have done 2 and 3. So there left over 1, 4, 5 and 6. These are the homework bits from exercise 6.2 by using exterior angle property. I hope it is clear to you. Let us meet again in the next session.